Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Conversation Academy. I am Emma, and I am so happy to spend some time with you today.
And I am Alex. Welcome to the channel, everyone. We are really glad you joined us for another session of practicing your English conversation.
That is, right, Alex? Today we have a topic that I think is very useful for everyone. We're going to talk about daily habits for success.
Oh, wow. That is a great topic, Emma. Everyone wants to be successful, but sometimes we forget that success is built one day at a time.
Exactly. It is not about one big event. It is about the small things we do every single morning and every single evening.
I totally agree. But before we get into the details, how are you doing today, Emma? Did you start your day with a successful habit?
Well, I actually tried something new this morning. I decided to not check my phone for the first 30 minutes after waking up.
Oh, really? How did that go? Was it difficult?
Honestly, Alex, it was much harder than I expected. My hand kept reaching for my phone on the nightstand. It is funny how we are so addicted to technology.
Haha, I know the feeling. I am exactly the same way. As soon as I hear my alarm, I start checking my emails and the news. It makes my brain feel crowded before I even get out of bed.
That is why I wanted to change. Instead of reading the news, I sat by the window and just watched the birds for a few minutes while drinking my water.
Wow, that sounds so peaceful. Did it make you feel more relaxed for the rest of the morning?
It really did. I felt much more calm and focused when I sat down to start my work. I think that is a small habit that can lead to big success.
I think so too. For me, my most important habit is my morning run. If I don't move my body in the morning, I feel sluggish all day.
Oh, I wish I had your energy, Alex. I have tried to be a morning runner, but my bed is just too comfortable at 6 in the morning.
Haha, I can't believe it. Once you get outside and feel the fresh air, it is not so bad, I promise.
Maybe I will try it one day. But for now, my exercise habit is just a short yoga session in my living room. It helps me stretch and wake up my muscles.
That is still a great habit. Success is not just about work, it is about health too. If we don't have our health, we can't enjoy our success.
That is a very wise point. So, Alex, besides exercise, what is another habit that has helped you in your career or your personal life?
I think planning my day the night before is a huge help. I spend 5 minutes every evening writing down the 3 most important things I want to achieve the next day.
Oh my, I really need to start doing that. I often start my day by doing small dad, unimportant tasks. And then I realize it is lunchtime and I haven't done the big things.
It happens to the best of us. But when you have a list, you don't have to think about what to do next. You just follow the plan.
That makes so much sense. It saves mental energy. And we only have a limited amount of that every day, don't we?
We do. It is like a battery. And every decision we make drains a little bit of that battery.
Haha. That is a funny way to look at it. My battery is usually quite low by 8 o'clock in the evening.
Me too. That is why I try to do my hardest work in the morning when my battery is full.
I have noticed that about myself, too. I am much more creative in the morning, in the afternoon. I prefer doing easier things like answering emails or organizing my files.
Exactly. That is part of being successful. Knowing yourself and knowing when you work best.
What about hobbies, Alex? Do you think successful people need hobbies that are not related to their work?
Oh, absolutely. If we only focus on work, we get burned out very quickly. My hobby is playing the guitar. Even if I only play for 15 minutes, it takes my mind off everything else.
Wow. I didn't know you played the guitar. That is so cool. Do you play for your family?
Sometimes he does that, but usually I just play for myself. It is a way to relax and be creative without any pressure.
I think that is so important. My hobby is gardening. I love getting my hands in the dirt and watching things grow. It reminds me that growth takes time.
That is a perfect metaphor for success. You can't force a plant to grow faster. You just have to give it water and sun and wait.
Exactly. You have to be consistent. If I only water my plants once a month, they will die. The same is true for our goals.
That is so true, Emma. Consistency is the secret ingredient. It is better to work on something for 20 minutes every day than for 5 hours once a week.
I agree 100%. That is what we always tell our students about English, too. Just 15 minutes of listening or speaking every day makes a huge difference over time.
It really does. And speaking of our students, what habits do you think are best for people who want to be successful at learning a language?
I think the best habit is curiosity, instead of just memorizing words. Try to find out how people actually use them, like watching movies or listening to conversations like this one.
That is a great habit. And also, not being afraid to make mistakes. Successful learners are the ones who keep talking even when they are not sure if they are right.
Oh, definitely. I remember when I was learning my second language. I was so shy at first. I was terrified of saying the wrong thing.
Oh, really? You seem so confident now. What changed for you?
I realized that people don't really care about my grammar. They just want to understand me. Once I stopped worrying about being perfect, I started improving much faster.
That is such a big lesson. Perfectionism is often the enemy of success because it stops us from trying.
Haha. I can't believe how much time I wasted being afraid. Now I just laugh at my mistakes. It makes the process much more fun.
That is a great attitude. Another habit I want to talk about is reading. Most successful people I know are big readers.
I love reading. I try to read at least 10 pages of a book every night before I go to sleep.
What kind of books do you like to read, Emma? Do you prefer fiction or nonfiction?
I like a mix. I love stories that take me to another world. But I also like books about psychology and how the mind works. It helps me understand myself better.
I prefer nonfiction. I love reading about history and science. It makes me realize how much there is to learn about the world.
It really does. And reading is a great way to expand your vocabulary too, especially for our viewers.
Definitely. Even if you don't understand every word, your brain is soaking up the patterns of the language.
So, Alex, let's talk about habits that might be stopping people from being successful. What are some bad habits we should avoid?
For me, the biggest one is procrastination. Waiting until the last minute to do something.
Oh my. I am the queen of procrastination sometimes. I tell myself, oh, I will do that later. And then later never comes.
We all do it. But I found that if a task takes less than 2 minutes, I should do it immediately, like washing a dish or replying to a short text.
That is a great rule. The 2-minute rule. I have heard of that. It stops the small things from piling up and becoming a big mess.
Exactly. And another bad habit is comparing ourselves to others, especially on social media.
Oh, that is a big one. Oh, we see everyone's perfect lives on the internet, and we feel like we are falling behind.
But we don't see the hard work and the failures behind those photos. We only see the result.
That is so true. Success is a personal journey. We should only compare ourselves to who we were yesterday.
I love that. That is a very healthy way to look at it. If I am a little bit better today than I was yesterday, then I am successful.
Let's talk about social habits. Do you think the people we spend time with affect our success?
Oh, absolutely. There is a saying that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Wow, that is a bit scary if you think about it. I need to make sure my friends are positive and motivated.
Haha. It doesn't mean you have to leave your old friends, but it is good to find people who inspire you and push you to be better.
I agree. When I am around people who are passionate about their goals, it makes me want to work harder too.
It is contagious, isn't it? Energy and motivation are definitely contagious.
So, Alex, do you have any evening habits that help you prepare for the next day?
Yes, I try to disconnect from all screens at least an hour before bed. No phone, no TV, no computer.
That must be very difficult in today's world. What do you do instead?
I listen to some quiet music, or I just talk to my family. It helps my brain slow down so I can sleep better.
Sleep is so important for success, isn't it? If I don't get 8 hours of sleep, I am very grumpy the next day.
Haha, me too. I am not a nice person without my sleep. Our brains need that time to rest and process everything we learned during the day.
I think some people think that working more and sleeping less is a sign of success, but I think that is a mistake.
I agree, quality is more important than quantity. If you are tired, you make mistakes and you work much slower.
So, success is really about balance balance between work and rest, between health and ambition.
Precisely. And it is also about being grateful. I have a habit of thinking about 3 things I'm grateful for every evening.
Oh, that is a lovely habit. It helps you end the day with a positive thought, doesn't it?
It does. Even on a bad day, there is always something to be thankful for, like a good cup of coffee or a nice message from a friend.
I think gratitude makes you more resilient. When things go wrong, you can still see the good things in your life.
Resilient. That is a great word, Emma. It means being able to recover quickly from difficulties.
Yes. And I think successful people are very resilient. They don't give up when they fail, they just learn from it and try again.
I have failed so many times in my life, but each failure taught me something that helped me succeed later.
That is the right way to look at it. Failure is just a lesson in disguise.
Haha, I like that. A lesson in disguise. I will remember that next time I make a mistake.
So, for our viewers, if you are struggling with your English, don't see it as a failure. See it as a sign that you are learning something challenging and important.
Exactly. And keep up the habit of listening to English as much as you can. You are doing a great job just by being here.
We are so proud of everyone who makes the time to practice with us. It shows that you have the habits of a successful person.
It really does. Dedication and consistency are what lead to success in language learning and in life.
So, Alex, we have covered a lot of habits today. Morning routines, planning, reading, and gratitude.
We have, and I think the most important thing for anyone watching is to just start with one small change.
I agree. Don't try to change everything at once. Just pick one habit, like drinking more water or reading for 5 minutes, and stick to it.
Once that becomes easy, you can add another one. It is like building a house, one brick at a time.
That is a great image. One brick at a time. My first brick will be keeping my phone away from my bed tonight.
And my brick will be trying to be more patient when things don't go according to my plan.
We can do it. It is all about the journey, not just the destination.
Well, Emma, I have really enjoyed this conversation. It made me think about my own habits, too.
Me too, Alex. It is always good to remind ourselves of these things. And I hope our viewers found it helpful for their English and their lives.
I am sure they did. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. It was a pleasure to have you here.
Yes, thank you so much. And keep practicing every day. We believe in you.
Have a wonderful and successful day, everyone. Or a peaceful night, depending on where you are.
Take care of yourselves and keep up those good habits.
Goodbye for now.
See you in the next video. Bye-bye.